As you can imagine, it's been a very busy day where myself and my senior team have worked with what we call our strategic coordinating group, which features a number of the senior leaders in the island, including various government departments, obviously fire, ambulance colleagues as well, as we provide a coordinated effort to deal with the tragedy that occurred this morning. We have now had 4 strategic coordinating groups where we've made quite significant progress, some of which I'll give in a short while. But of course, we plan for this. We have a major incident manual and we practice these things, and so therefore we should be ready, and indeed I'm satisfied that we are. Importantly, there is also the sensitivity of dealing with bereaved families and friends, and as I mentioned previously, we've deployed specially trained police officers, family liaison officers to the town hall to provide support to those people. That will continue. That will continue way beyond the sort of search and rescue phase of this particular incident. Similarly with and I'm very grateful for the Chief Minister's comments, a number of staff have worked very long days throughout the night and into today, and I lay testament to their determination to do what is right, and I think we've seen that across all of the emergency services, and indeed I thank other emergency service colleagues for the response. But of course this is a protracted incident. This is going to go for days, maybe weeks, and therefore it's important that we have the resilience to continue and keep going. So this isn't going to finish today, as I'm sure you properly understand. Also reinforcing the Chief Minister's comments, the amount of support not only that we have received from in the island. I indeed have received text messages from hotels asking to offer accommodation and the like. That is typical in my view and my experience of Jersey when we are in difficulty. People pull together, and I've seen an enormous amount of that this last sort of 24 hours or so. We've also had significant support from the UK, particularly from Hampshire and the Isle of Wight and the southwest region, and indeed military liaison, who are providing us with specially trained people who are searching as we speak, and they will be doing a number of trips this evening to provide specialist equipment that has been very genuinely and generously provided to us. I'm enormously grateful for that. So to conclude, the important thing now, because of those assets and because of those specially trained men and indeed 2 search dogs as well, we will continue to search throughout the night with the appropriate lighting and appropriate safety of our teams. And I am really pleased that we can do that, particularly in the interests of families. At that point, I'll now hand over to Paul.
Thank you, Robin. And like Robin, I'd like to echo the words of the Chief Minister and express my sincere condolences for the loss of islanders in this tragic incident. There are currently 4 urban search and rescue specialists, including a tactical advisor, working at the scene and have been undertaking searching activity for some time. They are accompanied by, at the moment, 16 States of Jersey Fire and Rescue Service personnel. We are expecting, and I think they have already landed in Jersey, a further 5 urban search and rescue specialists, as well as some search dogs, which are routinely deployed in these sorts of incidents. Later on this evening, I am expecting a further wave of urban search and rescue specialists to arrive in the island with the necessary heavy USAR equipment, as it's called. As you'd expect, urban search and rescue means that these are specialist firefighters trained to deal with these sort of situations and conduct search operations and create safe spaces to conduct those search operations, and also create space for other emergency services personnel, notably hazardous area response team paramedics, and the Chief Ambulance Officer will talk about that as well. So the urban search and rescue personnel have been provided by Hampshire and the Isle of Wight Fire and Rescue Service, and of course I am very grateful for their very prompt support to my request in the early hours of this morning. Also, that we have a lot of national support being galvanised and organised around the Fire and Rescue Service sector, both to us, but also, importantly, to Hampshire and the Isle of Wight Fire and Rescue Service. The nature of the work is necessarily slow and methodical, and I know that you will appreciate that that is the case and why that is the case. The plan is that we will continue searching, and we have no other plan at this stage. We are just continuing to search, and most of our efforts at the moment are about the organisation and logistics of securing the right support at the right time and making sure the right equipment arrives in the right sequence. That's critical for a more successful operation, if it can be successful. The area is being lit, and teams will be working tonight, all night, and we will not stop for the time being. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to echo my condolence as well to the families and those involved, as my colleagues and the Chief Minister has as well. So our teams have been on scene since the early hours of the morning, around 4 a.m. this morning. We were fortunate enough to get some crews on scene very quickly, and officer support and additional crews called in to assist. We were able to triage those casualties that we met us on arrival, and those survivors that were walking away from the scene, and were able to assist them in those early stages. We've been rotating our crews to ensure our commanders are able to get some rest and make sure they are fit to continue in doing their duties throughout the day, and ensure all resources are on hand to assist when required. We're working closely with the other emergency services, ensuring enough medical resource on scene to manage the incident at all times. We've had support from our voluntary partners, our own ambulance support unit, St John Ambulance, Normandy Rescue, and others that have volunteered and come in to assist us. We are in contact with the National Ambulance Resilience Unit and the National Ambulance Coordination Centre to coordinate assets from the UK, and our hazardous area response team has come in from South West Ambulance Service to assist, and are on island assisting fire and rescue services with their search efforts, and will continue to do so, as the other services will, throughout the night. We are also still in contact about other teams potentially coming in to support that effort, so that we can keep going throughout the night and the following days if necessary. We're also working on ensuring that we can get enough command support to continue those efforts with the small teams that we have. I am extremely grateful for the cooperation of everyone involved, and particularly my teams and all the volunteers and all the offers of help and support that we've had so far. Thank you.